On today's episode, we're talking about challenging scenarios your brand will face and how to handle them. If you're ready, let us dive in. Welcome to the Growth Academy podcast with BJ. I am your host, BJ. The mission of this podcast is to show to entrepreneurs and business owners skills and resources they need to market themselves to their ideal customer and to properly position their brand. All right, so on today's episode, I want to address the instances or scenarios where you would have to make smart decisions, in your brand in order to sustain your business. All right, I know I talk about a lot of mistakes in branding. Well, it's because these things have to be addressed. You cannot overlook them, right? So I'm going to be talking about a few scenarios and how to avoid making mistakes in those scenarios. Okay, all right, if you stay till the end of this episode, I have an announcement to make. It's going to be very explosive, so do well to stay to the end, and promise you won't regret it. All right, so the first scenario is a mistake I've noticed people make when doing research on their brand's audience after they're done with the foundational work on their brand. By the way, if you want to learn how to do the foundational work on your brand, I'll suggest you watch episode 3 of the Growth Academy podcast. I'll leave a link in the description of this episode. If you haven't done the foundational work on your brand, as in working on your brand personality, working on your vision and mission statement, working on your, the foundation of your brand. So you can watch that episode. All right, so as I was saying, there are people that when they do the foundational work on their brand and they've come up with their mission and vision statement, they know what they want to deliver and who they're delivering to. When there's a change in the market, they don't think to go with the change. Like when things evolve, you have to keep an eye on the times, on the trends, and to know when there are things you switch or tweak in your brand to make sure you're serving your audience in the best way you can. I'll give you examples of brands that you know and love that have changed their business model. Brands like Netflix, brands like Instagram, Yellow Pages, and even OPay, right? These brands have changed their business model from what it was initially when they started the brand, right? So make sure you are always trying to evolve and serve your audience the best way you can. All right, so the second scenario you're going to face is imposter syndrome. Now, I'm going to tell you what imposter syndrome is and how to overcome imposter syndrome. Now, imposter syndrome is that feeling you get when you try to present yourself as an authority in your field. That feeling you get that you're not supposed to speak on this topic, or you're not worthy or qualified enough to be speaking on this, on the topic of your brand or the service that your brand is offering, right? So how do we go about solving imposter syndrome? Well, there's this advice I got from a YouTube video from Stephen Bartlett's podcast, The Diary of a CEO. He said, whenever you are in a room and don't feel like an imposter, you don't feel like you're not supposed to be there, it means you're not making moves that will make you grow. So I guess what I'll say is there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken or an imposter. You are growing and you have the opportunity to step up and grow to the challenge, right? That's making you feel like an imposter. All right, so the third scenario that you would face, that you would most definitely face, is trying to reach out to influencers or a mentor or a senior level personnel that's supposed to help your brand grow or help you in business. Doing this is kind of difficult because these are people that receive like probably a million messages every day. So what are the chances they'll answer you? What are the chances they'll give you the audience, or they'll give you the chance to even speak to them, right? Well, There's a way to go about this. When reaching out to them, you reach out to them from a place of value. I talked about this before on the previous episode. When networking, you have to always present value first. So what does this look like when you're trying to network with people that are higher up than you in your field, and people that would help you grow your business, probably help you help influence your brand? Basically, how you do it is you reach out to them in a message telling them about a collaboration that could help you and also help them. So let's say you have like a kind of following and you want to do, let's say, an Instagram live just to educate your followers, right? If you want to reach out to someone that's higher up, an authority than you in your field, what you do is let them know that you can bring them on to educate your audience and also at the same time spreading their brand, right? So let's say, for instance, your mentor or influencer has a offering or a package going on at that time. You can let them know that you have a community of people that would resonate with their message, that resonates with what they're talking about, and possibly sign up to their offer, right? That kind of thing, that kind of message would interest anyone, because what everybody is trying to do, even your mentors, even the senior personnel, is grow, right? So if you reach out to anyone with that kind of proposition, they would most definitely, if they get the chance to read it, poke the bear. Yeah, I hope you've learned a lot here today. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, I'm going to make an announcement. So here it is. Yeah, the Growth Academy podcast is launching our community in a couple of weeks. A release date will be announced in the next episode. Well, what to expect from the community is basically what our mission is. So we are sticking true to our mission. And the mission is to show entrepreneurs and business owners the skills and knowledge to help them properly market themselves to their ideal customers and position their brand properly, right? So we're going to be exposing our members to live lectures where we'll teach skills in copywriting, ad scripts that convert, brand design, video editing, import and export business, and how to source for winning products online that you can sell and make a profit from. Yeah, there's a lot of explosive value and loads more other things to expect from the community. So yeah, if you have any questions, you have any things you want to clarify, you can reach me on Instagram, Twitter, and till next time, stay awesome, guys.